Part of my entire healing journey is also dealing with a lot of anxiety that has come just with my life over the past, I don't even know, like 15 years. Anxiety is so complicated because I think everybody feels some form of anxiety at some point in their life. But for some people, it really gets to a point where it actually affects your day to day. I unfortunately have been one of them. This is one of the biggest problems I have with being such a rational person and struggling with anxiety, because all anxiety is irrational thoughts. I mean, they are rational because like there's situations that could happen. It's just you are thinking way too much about a potential. I unfortunately deal with this in every single day of my life with so many different things, but one thing that I think a lot of people can relate to is around flying. I was never afraid of flying. I actually loved it, traveled all the time as a kid. And then all of a sudden, when I was in 8th grade, I got a concussion. And after I got that concussion, I never treated it because we didn't know it was a concussion, long story. But I started getting anxiety. Things that I used to love, like adrenaline pumping things, like flying or like roller coasters, I all of a sudden just couldn't do anymore. I was having these full-blown panic attacks. I was also never diagnosed with anxiety or panic attack or panic disorder, or whatever they call it. And my doctors were convinced I had a food allergy. I actually think I convinced them of that. But I felt like my throat was closing. And nobody ever educated me on a panic attack. So to add to my anxiety, I now carried an EpiPen and Benadryl around with me everywhere I went for over 10 years. But I used to have these full-blown panics up in the sky, which was terrifying. I experienced it in other ways over many years, but this is about flying specifically. And over the years, I just got better because I just had to realize I had to relinquish any control and just understand that it is what it is. This is fresh on the mind because I flew yesterday, and I'll explain why. When the pilot tells the flight attendants to take their jump seat, to me, that's terrifying. I've seen flight attendants serve drinks while it's very turbulent, so for them to tell them to take the jump seat freaks me out a little bit. Also, at the same time, we were turning inland and I could see the lights of the city below us. And I'm like, oh my God, are we getting lower? What's happening? We're still not even halfway through the flight. It just takes over your mind. There are so many more stories I can share around this, but I want to share what's actually helped. It's called anchoring, and you have to think about the experience you're going to have after landing. The excitement to say hi to whoever's picking you up from the airport. Getting in bed that night. Thinking about a specific plan you made for when you get to your destination. You need to anchor those thoughts in so you're focusing on that instead of what's happening in the moment. Because you can't control what's going on. And you have to learn to trust people. This is something that's really hard for me, but it's gotten easier over time. You have to find the technique that works best for you.